Mic test. Mic test is a bitch. Get wrecked. Oh my god. I just went to grab this headset and it was tangled up in itself and I couldn't pick it up. Jesus Christ. Let me try to recover. I'm drenched with sweat now. Alright, is this working? Is this working? Mic is really high now. It's wild. So, every time I unplug this headset, every single time I unplug this headset and plug it back in, like, it peaks out. And I drop it another 5 decibels. It's set to negative 16 decibels in OBS right now. And it's still, like, blowing out the audio. What the fuck, dude? Negative 20 decibels. Test, 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 test. It's still blowing it out. It's still fucking blowing it out. How about negative 26 decibels? Negative 22? I think that's it right there. It's still blowing it out. I hear it peaking. I hear it peaking. So, well, howdy y'all, and welcome back to another stream. I was on time, 100%. I was not only on time, I was early. And the stream settings are arguing with me, y'all. And now I am sweating from running back and forth from the computer over there and the computer over here. Just back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Let me try to compose myself. I'm a little pissed off. I'm more than a little pissed off. And now my phone's across the room, so I'll be right back. Because I need the phone. I need the phone to pull up reference material. Alright, what the hell is going on here? Alright, where's my window option? You know what? I have to go over to this other computer to do the thing. Really ridiculous! Pretty fucking ridiculous today. Absolutely ridiculous. Stream elements. Dashboard. I have trouble since it's broken. It's running. Activity feed.
アナザーネート has been in the steak biscuits for 4 months. Iron Elemental has been in the jelly biscuits for 2 months. Seismic has been in the steak biscuits for 4 months.
So, for some reason,
so thick.
let me let this finish before I continue.
Iron Elemental donated a $10.90 super chat. Look at me. I give this dude $1 once. Damn.
Is that next one gonna play as well? If it don't play, I will hop up and run across the room to make it play. Don't want to play? Alright, I'll do it. I'll do it for you. I'll do it for you, Tech Noir. It's not in my it's not in my feed. Everything is just going tits up tonight. It's not in my feed. So, I see. Thank you for the membership for 5 months, TechnoRTN. I see it here in chat. I don't see it in Stream Elements, and my Stream Elements control panel in OBS is gone. It didn't come in when I restarted the thing this time. I may have launched the wrong version of OBS. But that can't be right, because I have the Stream Elements there. Alright, we're fraught with difficulties this evening. Well, howdy y'all, and welcome back to another paint stream, live stream, here where we paint minis on Country Fried Minis. I am a absolute wreck. I was on time. I was over here starting it 7 minutes early. And all kinds of trouble. Just a reminder to folks, when in doubt, before you try anything else, restart your computer. First thing, number one tip, restart your computer. Restart your machine. Because that's all it took. I changed literally nothing and it continued. Okay, where were we? Who am I? I'm so out of it. Let's rehydrate this wet palette that I just let sit in the open air. Tonight we're going to continue work on the Decepticons. I was planning on edging them tonight, but I didn't do any work this morning on them. In fact, I didn't do anything this morning. I slept in. For some reason, I can't make myself go to sleep till 6 in the morning. It's very distressing at times. And in fact, it's going to be a problem here in about 6 days, because school starts next week and I'm gonna have to be up in the mornings to go to class. All right, wet palette rehydrated. Fucking A, dude. My life is falling to pieces. Sleep is for sissies. Yeah, I can sleep when I'm dead. I think my BattleTech rack is too big. I think the other racks are too big to accept any BattleTech either. That'll work. There we go. That fits. Alright. You're seeing a man unravel this evening. Well, howdy, 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 howdy. Howdy, Mr. We are doing more work on some Decepticons. So I need to look up the Decepticons again. Oh. It's so thick.
Iron Elemental donated a $10.90 super chat. Cheer up, Mr. Camarones. Turn that frown upside down. I popped a massive zit today. It was filled with NULN oil. I may have eaten too much paint.
Oh no. Oh god, NULN oil. That's canon now. That's absolutely canon. NULN. N-U-L. NULN oil. She didn't even try to make that a word, and it's a word. I guess it's not a word, but it's a word. You know what I mean? Okay, so where are we on these lads? Last time we got the majority of the base coats done here. I think cassette tape needs some opaque colors on it. The little lads are, I think, in need of some silver. Okay, so I think where we're at now is to start applying. Where's it at? Where is my? No, we didn't do war paint gunmetal. We did shitty old style paint. We did folk art sterling silver. That lady hates GW so much it won't pronounce their products right. She didn't even try. She just spelled it out. like a child, like a young child learning to read. Okay, let's start this out proper. I am sorry, y'all, for the hiccups, for the technical difficulties. I don't know what the problem was. I think you may be right, Tech Noir. When I was messing with the DNS settings last night, I don't know. Maybe Comcast did something to catch up to it. I don't know. It is off the same router, so that, could be a factor for sure. I'm determining that I need to know more. Would you like to know more? Okay. Okay, here we go. We're gonna start out with a little Oni Lab action because we need to. Need to start this paint up. Let's get it going. We're going to put down a little bit of sterling silver on all the metallic bits for these lads. And I think that's a reasonable starting point. All right. Thank you, Oni Lab. Thank you, Oni Lab. As always. Welcome back to another stream where we get nothing done for half hours at a time. How far into the stream actually is it? All right, have we hit the 30-minute mark? Oh, what happened? What? Oh my god. I hit the... Oh my god. I hit the go unfull screen button, and it moved my taskbar off the screen, and now I can't. Or it moved the window, the title, whatever it's called, off the fucking screen. I need to move this. You gotta be kidding me. Why are you doing this to me? Why are you doing this to me? I'm hemorrhaging viewers. Fucking god damn it. Let me take a moment. Because I am I'm gonna break something. Y'all wanna see mouse smashing angry? For fuck's sake. It's just like at every juncture. Right. Let's put some silver on these lads. Yay, and try to calm the hell down. Fucking A. So the problem is I could maybe use the mouse or the keyboard shortcuts to get this window fixed, but there is no keyboard on this computer. And I also don't know the command. I could fix it by closing and restarting OBS, but that will end the broadcast. So it's where we're at. Now I have to deal with this thing half off the screen for the rest of the stream. I hit the, hey, you fixed it. Oh, and back, by the way. Yeah. I fixed it by restarting the computer and changing literally nothing. But so many things have gone so very wrong since. It is a non-stop string of problems. I'm being challenged by the great algorithm to calm the F down. I'm Laser Tree. Your PC hates you for making the decision to stream less. It is yeah, it should just stream twice a day, every day. So, speaking of, it looks like the poll did indeed end in about the category, in about the line of thinking I was already thinking. I can't even words, I'm so flustered, y'all. Folks are concerned about my well-being and have suggested that no more than 3 days a week is where the streaming needs to land. So I think the overall schedule for Country Fried Minis, we're gonna do a Monday stream that is flexible based on what's going on. Like if I need to get extra workflow or extra paint sessions, they'll flip back and forth. Wednesday nights are going to be the paint stream going forward, and I think we're going to lock in a Friday night workflow live stream, just every Friday, consistent. And that'll be the stream for folks to come in and have a dependable place to share your models, share your paint jobs, share the stuff you're working on, and we can do show and tell on stream and critique your work live. We'll both critique and praise it. I always did love art critiques in my classes, and I found that a lot of people were not necessarily brave about what they'd say about the artwork. You get a lot of, oh, I like this. But I think it's important to tell people like, hey, this one thing works because this reason, or like your color choice in this spot doesn't work because of this reason. I think it's really important and helps you to grow. I just got a message that was mildly distressing. Not about the stream. Let me pretend that didn't happen. Tom Star Knight coming in with no more, no less. Must rest yourself, especially if you've got classes coming back. Okay, so I think that's the point I was getting to before I got sidetracked by talking about art critiques. The ADD is strong with this one. So I'm talking about doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday streams, and turns out my classes are going to be Monday, Wednesday this semester. So they're going to be this hectic rush, which I'm all about. I think it's really fun. It's going to be this crazy hectic rush from class to work, and I'm all about it. It's going to be great. Also, at some point going forward, it's not going to be 3 streams a week. It's going to be 4 streams a week every other week. Because I want to return to the TTRPG Tuesdays. Not really sure exactly how that's going to pan out just yet, but I want it back. I think it was really fun, and the mechanic we had of chat being able to influence die rolls was really, really good. Really good stuff. If I recall correctly, the party got saved in Cyborg from that, from a really bad scenario. I gotta clean these brushes. I didn't clean my brushes. I didn't clean the airbrush. I chose to be negligent in my cleaning because I thought it'd be funny, and the only one suffering from it is me. Why, chat? Why? It's for the lulz, of course. Natural. It's for the lulz. Everything I do is for the lulz. All right, these brushes do need some serious cleaning. That one is really, really crusty. So we're actually going to take a second and acetone these lads. Brushy washy time. Yes, sir. Also, Howdy Emery. Welcome to another stream fraught with difficulty and pain. I had planned on just doing the edge work for the what are they called? Decepticons. But I just slept all day again. Spencer coming in saying, have been running around in BattleBit with Suicide C4. Now I'm here. Oh man, what kind of hell would that be? You're on the battlefield. You're fighting for your brothers in arms. All of a sudden there's a flash of light and there's no more pain. and you look up and you're stuck in a country fried mini stream. Oh, it's too good. Too very good. All right, just about got these clean and we can progress. I don't know if you can see how gnarly that acetone is. This one was especially bad. But once we get those kind of worked out, we can start moving forward. It's so thick. It's so thick.
So thick.
Comstar Knight 36 donated a $1.99 super chat. My UAC 5 goes Ararashan to Tata Jam. O-N-O-O-O-O.
What did she say? Ararasha tatata? Ararasha tatata. Ararasha tatata is what she said. Hold on, let's do. Let me see if I can do this here. If I go right here, and then surely this will let me do it without having to hop up. I don't know how to log into this. I don't know. I was going to try to replay it, but I can't do it from my phone for some reason. Is that insane amount of color? Speed paint 1.0. I have some brushes visibly discolored, but never had them bleed out old colors. Might be the reactivation thing. I don't think it's so much that as much as the fact that I just let them sit without cleaning them out from last stream. Because I guess I like to punish myself and find an excuse to lick the brushes even more. Okay. Anyhow, we're actually on track now to paint a little bit of silver. How far in are we? It's what, like a half hour? Yeah. As is tradition here in Country Fried Minis, we just waste the first half hour of every stream. That's the plan. It's not the plan, but it happens regardless. That's how things go. All right, so I'm wanting to pick out some silver. Oh. Yes. It's so thick.
Emery Calumet donated a $5 super chat. Charge the plasma roller 1 boom mortal wound SHEEEUT.
SHEEUT. SHEEUT. So I'm confused now. So does TTS lady, does she sorry, my hair is visibly bothering me there. Does she discriminate between lowercase and uppercase and then just spell it out when it's all the way? You might as well start a half hour later and be prepared. You know, if I did that, you know what would happen, right? I'd start a half hour later and then waste a half hour. No, six is the way. 6 is the way. It is indeed the way. Do you know the way? 6 is the way. Made a little boo-boo here. We're gonna clean it up. I hope that's in focus for y'all this evening. It looks like it's trying. I think if I'm painting on one of these light colored mechs, the contrast between it and the painting mat seems to be okay. Yeah, we're gonna try to keep them in focus. Try to get a little work done. We're at least gonna finish the base coats tonight. If I don't get into the edge work on these Decepticons, I'm just going to have to do them off stream, unfortunately, because the deadline for this commission is rapidly closing in, and I want to get some serious time in on the super heavy and show off some sponge painting techniques to get the I believe the client asked for some olive drab stuff. I gotta double check. It's definitely military themed, so it should be really fun and really quick to paint up. And then we'll do a whole episode on doing the freehand. the pinup nose art and trying to figure out and explore how to reduce a sexy pinup nose art lady to basic shapes and paint it on neck scale. I think it'll be really fun. We'll get zoomed in on it and just spend the whole time doing it. I was going to say there's always going to be a 30-minute kerfuffle no matter what. Yeah, exactly. But this way we can laugh about it. I might just start at 30 minutes early one week, just to mess with y'all. I'll post it as scheduled for the regular time, and then just launch it a half hour early. That way I can sit here and twiddle my thumbs while I screw up everything until it gets going. All right, so I'm not really digging the lack of contrast between the super bright silver and the gray on Megatron here. I'm hoping that the Nuln oil, the NULN oil, will improve that. I gotta program my vernacular now. NULN oil, forevermore. Worst case scenario, if this silver doesn't have the contrast we need, we'll just go back over with the jet exhaust. But I think just about got enough silver on this lad, and we can move on to the next one. Get these little joint thingies. There we go. I think that's all the spots. We got the mechanics on the arms. We got the face done, the antennas, the little spiky bits. Not to be confused with the website. Am I in frame? Yeah. Oh, let's do some greeblies on the gun here. I mean the scope. I mean the gun? Okay. Let's live with that. Who's next? Ah, yes. Starscream! Yeah! Nightbot coming in with a factoid already, saying tater tots, a registered trademark, originally failed because people thought the product was too cheap. Popularity rose after the price was raised. Whoops. Damn, they fucked up. Emery says, career plans, liberate Terra, found Republic, retire, free self. Reasonable goals, life goals. Now we know why GW is so expensive. Thanks, Nighty. Yeah, no, the CEO of GW said something along the lines of, when asked why their products are so expensive, they said, we have high prices so that our consumers perceive our products as premium. They're expensive because they're expensive, is what he said, basically. I mean, you know, having expensive things does cause people to flex those things. All right, we're going to struggle with a few coats here on Starscream's gun, I believe. It does have poor coverage. I mean, but what do you expect from a bulk art paint? That's why it's only 70 cents a bottle. Can I interest you in some totally not counterfeit Firefly? Yeah. Yes. Absolutely. They all come with the Discount Dan logo on them. I actually really want to add a Firefly to my collection now. Actually, if anything, I'm obliged to add 2 to my collection. Can't wait to be able to lay on my wolf bill at the pool. Yeah, I can't believe you bought that thing at that price. I can't. Let me share once more in regards to the threadless store. I cannot control the prices that they put on the things, and unfortunately, the savings on the towel are not worth sending you a discount code. But if anybody wants anything from the threadless store, please reach out to me and I will send you a code where you can order it at cost. I'm pretty sure you'd only save like $3 on that cow, by the way. Just want to point that out. Emery says Nuln got blown up. They blew it up. They should change the name to Argonaut Bearing Lube or something. Funny. GW is the Debers of styrene plastic. I don't get that. My apologies. Okay, Starscream. Starscream needs a purple face. Starscream needs a purple face. And I think he needs some darker gray. He needs some darker gray on the head. Yeah, let's bust out the gray and get that going first. We're going to get out a little bit of Gravelord gray, and I think we're just going to go straight Gravelord gray on it right now. Oh, De Beers. I just read it wrong. I'm an idiot, yes. De Beers is the big diamond mining cartel monopoly. Yeah. De Beers, diamonds is the worst because it's like they're artificially valuable. Completely artificially valuable. De Beers is a diamond company that keeps the price of fairly common rocks astronomically insane. Yeah, exactly. Speaking of diamonds, I saw a really cool video last night while I was laying in my insomnia state, unable to sleep, as is the trend. Evidently, there is a whole idea and product line of nuclear batteries on the horizon, atomic batteries that basically use layers of diamond as the semiconductors, and utilize. I can't remember what the offhand what the isotope was they were using, but it lets off beta decay, and the interaction with the diamond semiconductors generates current through beta decay. So similar to the alpha particle interaction of solar panels, but using beta particles. Looked really fun. Looked very promising. They're projecting them to be about $500, but we very well could be entering into an era with more common use of nuclear batteries, which would be damn cool. What am I doing? I think I'm putting gray on the feet. That's what I gotta do right here. I should have posted the video about it in the Discord. How do y'all feel about nuclear batteries? What does it smell? I'm getting a very strong smell of like funk stank. I think there may very well be a very ripe homeless person beneath my window right now. Smells like fucking Sasquatch, dude. Is there a Sasquatch outside my door somehow? I promise it ain't me. Reminds me of the first year I was here in San Francisco. I was staying on Church and Market, and there was this one homeless guy who basically lived on that block, and he was indeed You could smell him a block away. Funk Steak smells like big. Yeah, it smells exactly like Bigfoot's dick. And it just suddenly, it's suddenly a smell, and it's invasive. Okay, so we need purple on Starscream's face. I don't think we can do it yet. I need a little bit more white on it. I do think we need to find some more spots for the silver. So let's do that real quick. Like, I like doing these little details, the round, like, obvious machinery bits on the legs. So let's fill those in. I think maybe this thing on the back of the leg too. Good candidate for some silvering. And these silver bits, although they don't have a lot of contrast right now, they'll get darkened down with the NULN oil. It's what it is now. Nah, I showered today, so you shouldn't be able to smell me outside your window. No. Have you been sent to kill me? I'll have you know, I'm incapable of defending myself. But I'm only worth 2 XP. Talking about G.I. Joe tabletop war game. Yeah, I think it'd be pretty fun. Like Warhammer size. Yeah, I think that'd be really fun. You could play with G.I. Joes in some of those, like, or you could play with G.I. Joe style minis in some of those model agnostic games even. Or I bet you could find a way to flavor an entire gang for Cyberpunk Red to be the G.I. Joe guy and have a good time with it. God, that stink. It's bad. It's really bad, dude. It's really, really bad. I'm only like 10, 12 feet from the ground, from the street. All right. Jason says, Renegade Studios has 2 different scales for G.I. Joe minis. The larger ones for board games, smaller for the RPG. I have the latter. Nice. Oh yeah, you were talking about, is that in that same system, that game system that lets you basically play with any of the those IPs? Sounds like it could be fun. Although, I guess my hang-up would be, it also seems like you might need to know stuff about that universe to really get the maximum enjoyment. And, like, me, personally, I know nothing about that universe. Hey, this is that track again that I keep getting very strong Puppet Sun vibes from. The Essence 20, yeah. By the way, time X2 XP is all I need. Yeah, oh fuck. I better lock the door. It's already locked. You do have to go through a door person to get to me though. I think that might be the challenge. I'm not much of a boss fight, but I do have ads. Unlike the channel, and a reminder to folks, now that Country Fried Minis has 1,000 subs, YouTube has given me the option to go full partner. Well, I am partner, and add ads to the videos. Just want to let y'all know that I hate ads. And YouTube has been very aggressive with the unskippable ads lately. I am determined to keep Country Fried Minis ad-free, except for mid-roll ads. If some, game studio or not a game studio, like a game store wants to work with me, I'm down for that. I'll interrupt you to do that. But that said, if you want to support the channel, please consider becoming a member for as little as $1 a month. You can have a fun little badge next to your name, biscuit-based emojis, and priority consideration for community-based streams like the TTRPG Tuesday we're talking about. Help us keep Country Fried Minis ad-free. Also, the super chats, y'all are insanely generous. It's very well appreciated. YouTube gives a decent cut of those, so I get the majority of it. I'd love if I could cut the price in half on those personally, but they are fun. And the TTS, text-to-speech bot, is also fun. Just saying, there's ways to contribute and keep this shit a-rolling. And ad-free. I don't want to do ads. I hate ads. I hate them. Jason says, the amount of knowledge you would need about the world really depends on your GM. I tend to explain whatever questions my players may have. I mean, if I were playing in that universe, I'd be doing everything I could to break the universe and break the rules of it. Here to troll. It's kind of funny, in our Dungeon Crawl Classics, I was playing as a halfling, and a halfling has this mechanic where you can spend your luck to give other people's increased luck, which affects die rolls. So I wasn't directly breaking the world, but anytime one of the wizards was going to do something that was absolutely game breaking, I would channel my luck into that. Vandal saying, I mean, it would be just a regular war game. And Steve the Doorman has a weakness to pocket, saying, I do happen to have proficiency in throwing. Oh no. Just saying. I do have a big ass bowie knife right here. I would grab it and cut myself really bad, trying to defend myself. And you would find pity and let me be. I hope, at least. Too good. Okay, so we're doing a second layer of silver. This stuff looks dry enough. Let's try and just work it on there. I kind of find that the folk art paints are fine to just use full strength, as long as you're really careful and don't let them like build the gunk up in recesses. So just putting this straight on again, it'll probably take 3 or 4 layers, honestly, to get the opacity we're after. I'm getting another whiff of the stink, and it smells a little different. It smells like food adjacent. I don't think it is Bigfoot funk stank. I think my neighbor is cooking chitlins.
So thick.
Iron Elemental donated a $10.90 super chat. I already cut that 20 in half. You're welcome, open mouth smile.
Oh my god. Thank you, Iron Element, for the generous donations. For those of you who know, and those of you out there who don't know, especially if any of you are finding this via the algorithm and watching along, all these donations and membership funds and all that stuff is going directly back into the production Of course, a significant portion of that right now. Let me amend this. I will take the money to pay myself, of course, but as of right now, in this moment, say thanks to the community for getting Country Fried Minis up to 1,000 subs. We're doing something special. We're doing a Charger Derby for April. It's either going to be an April 1st or an April 20th video, depending on how the production schedule is going. But for that, know that we're doing some. We're taking that money and feeding it back into the production for this. Doing some art, perhaps some fun stuff. And if you want to get in on the Charger Derby, I need you to submit me a charger for Solaris 7. Requirements are as follows. It must be a charger in spirit. However you wish to determine that, however you wish to interpret that is fine. Just make sure you can reason that it's still a charger if you go really wacky with it. Year is 3134, set on Solaris 7, the last year before the Republic of the Sphere collapses. So it's a big event. It is the sideline event before the heavyweight championship finals. It's a big crowd. You would be there to wow many people. Tech level is unlimited. You may use mixed tech, inner sphere, clan, whatever you're doing, as long as the bits are not apocryphal. So if you want to get in on that, send me a sheet for your mech, and a voice or video clip, perhaps, talking about it, or some text even. Send it on over via Discord, or email. Find my email on the About page of the YouTube channel. Send one over. We'll put it in there. I'm going to clash like 16, 24 mechs together. See who comes out on top. I might even give some plot armor. Never know. Should be fun. Should be really fun. Okay, so we got the white on the face now because we're going to go back in and hit it with purple. He's got the blue. What else does Starscream need? More silver, maybe? A little bit more silver. Yeah, let's do another coat there. Dude, that shaker's... Wait, what brand is it? Mine makes old lady wonder what kind of stuff I'm doing alone in my office. Yeah, Onilab MX Mini. This actually brings up another point. So for, I think, we talked about it last stream, but I think for Titania Day, which is May 22nd, we're going to do a contest. We're going to do a contest of painted pinups. If y'all got any pinup models you want to paint and submit for it, paint them up. Submit them for the challenge. Winner's going to receive a Onilab MX Mini posted to them. Submissions must be pinups. I don't care what gender. I don't care if it's a monster. Only real requirement is you need to try really hard and spend at least 15 hours on your model. Try hard. Try hard model contest. May 22nd. Celebrate the Titania Day. We'll also release the Titania video and hang out and talk about it. Alright, we're putting on more silver. I'm just going across all these models, putting little details on them, getting them ready. This stuff will dry out and we'll hit it with some NULN oil. Little lads. Let's see, does this thing need some silver? I think so. We can put some on this vent. We can put some on the claws. Oh, it's so thick.
So thick.
Oh, it's so thick.
Another Nate donated a $2 super chat. Hope none of y'all get claustrophobic in my pocket.
Well, I am quite claustrophobic, so there is that. That's okay. Y'all can try to calm me down and only make it worse. Okay, so Laserbeak here's got a few weapons that need to go silver. We're doing that. A little bit on the bit, a little bit on the claws, maybe a second coat here to really get them looking fine. There we go. Don't need to be perfect, just enough coverage that when we hit it with the Nuln Oil, it shows up. I think our kitty cat, well, you know, I was going to say I think it's fine with just the gray, but I want to do these laser ports in silver. And then we're also going to do this, like, this guardrail thingamabob on the front in gray. I mean in silver. And actually, now that I'm looking at it, I think we're going to do these little, we get the little round thingamabobs, thingajobbers that I always paint silver. So we'll do that. I'm just going to do a dot of silver. Real easy work. This thing is tiny, and I mean, you're viewing it most of the time at arm's length anyway. Anyhow, gotta sleep now. Time to get home tomorrow. Yes, thanks for stopping by, Vandal Noir. Always a pleasure to see you here in the streams. I bought my buddy shaker from his tattoo shop. Yeah. You know that thing's good and powerful. Damn, now I really got to try hard that demon chick. A pink wobbly mound is at stake. Yeah, absolutely. It will be pink. I might even include some other stuff. Who knows? Depends on how many entries we get. But plenty of time to take your time and glaze down some models. Okay. All right, so we're just layering on a real thick layer of this stuff. It's not going to clot up the details. It levels out really nice anyways. At least it's been my experience with the folk art paints, the apple barrel stuff. Okay. How we doing time-wise? How we doing time-wise? So we're about an hour in. I think we can get to the edging tonight. I'm really hoping for it. Because the deadline for this order is closing in pretty quick. And it does have me just a little worried. I should have put another week on it, honestly. I just noticed there's some rockets on this guy's back. It should also go silver. Yes, there we go. Excellent. It means I need to paint the rockets on this one as well. Comstar Knight says goodnight, Vandal, and I might get another Slime Girl pinup. I have that model in the larger scale, in the 75mm. If you need a copy, I can send it your way. I don't know if it's the same as the smaller version, but I do have that Slime Girl. Jam, right? Jam Slime Fighter. It does look like a really fun model. I will not be entering the competition because I have the Titania. Though I am looking forward to painting Amba, something of the sun. I can't remember what her name was. Tear of the Sun? Eye of the Sun? Something like that. Alright, so we're on to Shockwave now. Shockwave G1 images. It's a really good piece of art here. So he doesn't really have a whole bunch of spots that I could work in the silver beyond what's already there. So we're just going to focus on like the weapon ports, all the little bits that make it a mech. Going to get these touches. Again, we're working with our 20-0 liner. Just want to try and get a nice solid coat without clotting up the holes too much. I think I've already overdone it. Actually, just lift that off. Tastes bad. Okay, so an update to the funk stink. I think my original hypothesis is correct because I hear the insane ramblings of a homeless individual out my window. And 75mm, yeah, that would be the one. Yep, Jammin's the one. Yeah, I'll send it over your way as soon as I get done tonight, if I can remember. If I forget this evening, then soon. Get that over to ya. Yeah, I think 75mm is the way with the pinups because they're not so big that you don't need to use mini painting techniques, but they're big enough that like you have a little more leeway with your mini painting techniques and blending, and can do fun stuff with the do really fun stuff with the way you apply your layers and highlights and whatnot. I know I had a blast with the Tanya, who is technically still not done yet. I have done no more work on her. She still needs some work. There's a few things. I gotta finish the base. I gotta finish the details on the base. And then maybe another layer of purple glazing on her blade to make it look more obsidian. Okay, so continuing on Shockwave, we're going to pack some of the silver onto the jump jets. Try not to clot it up too bad. So we are using full strength folk art paint here. There we go. On to the next one. I think I also want to do all these little like round mechanoid bits and continue the trend of doing that in the silver. We don't have to worry about perfect coverage here because we're going to do another layer. Just getting a bit there. I think we're just going to go full silver right here on this arm joint thingamabob. It'll break up that dark purple really nicely and also stand out as a distinctly different silver color than the gunmetal we used on the rest. And I'm using my 4 round for this. Just put some on, just move it around. Don't clot up the details. Move on. Wiggle it a bit. Excellent. Looking all right. I did get a little too much in the end of the barrel there, so let's lift it off. All good quality over quantity paint. Yeah, I agree. It's the way. I do feel really guilty about, like, shit, at this point I'm getting a video out, what, like every 5 weeks or something? But I was talking to another YouTuber recently who's kind of known for taking a long time to produce the videos, and it just, if it's worth doing, it's worth doing right. That's something I definitely agree on. Alright, let's do all these little greebly bits in that same silver. It's got like these hydraulic piston reservoirs or something. I don't know what you could consider these things. It's kind of what they are in my mind. Type of thing I imagine, if you hit this thing with your shot, that mech's probably in for a bad time. Alright. What are we looking for now? I see some laser emitters on the front. Let's get those in silver. Yeah. Let's get... It's like a little roundy bit here under the kneecap. Do that one in silver as well. On both sides, of course. Iron Elemental says, I kind of got stuck on the skin of my demon lady. I might move forward by finding a decent mid-tone, put that almost everywhere, then feather it into my weird shadow color. Yeah, I think it's a really good plan. You could always glaze it down too, like make it super thin, and then just do like multiple layers, so you start building up the blend. Where it not only builds up the tone into the next color, but it changes the character of the previous layer. I cannot believe it. I was watching the mic levels there. A motorcycle just went by, and it was very loud. And OBS was like, nah, that's not even noise. I swear, the software is conspiring to convince y'all that I'm just lying about the traffic. Alright. Making a little headway on these things. Ooh, this one's going to be a tight reach. Shadow is currently purplish, but I think I want to change that to dark blue, get this kind of midnight feel. You could always just take your blue and, again, like glaze it into the purple, and then you'll end up like somewhere in the middle. You end up with that like dark blue shadow, but a little bit of the purple to suggest blood under the skin. Something like that. I trust wholly that you will come to the result that you're after with a little bit of thought and targeted application of paint. I believe. Alright, we need to do these pistons on the back in silver as well. Now that I'm here, let's do that. Just gonna slop an all-over coat of this stuff. Looks like it doesn't have any like details that would clot up too bad. So we're just gonna apply it real thick. So thick. Same thing here. I see that I must have intended for the full piston end coupler, whatever you call this thing, to be silver as well. So let's do that. And paint the other one as well. There we go. Oops, I see a piece of support that got left behind. See if I can't dig that out now before we get too much further into the project. Art shiv. Let's nick it off right there. It's a little stuck on. Okay, it looks good. It didn't take any purple with it. Let's take it out now. There we go. Tiniest little bit. Crazy how tiny that thing is, but yet how much of an effect it has on the part when inspecting it up close. I'm such an uneducated barbarian when it comes to those minis. I might be spamming the Discord with whip shots and quest jobs. Not quest jobs, quest jobs. Yeah, no, that's more than welcome. As a newbie to glazing myself, I can only say that it is worth looking into and really fun to do. I watched a Dr. Faust painting clinic video on glazing skin before attempting Titania. It was my first glaze job. I'm noticing now that this little detail at the tip here is also a support. Let's see if I can't gently remove it without screwing up the model too bad. I think I freed it. Oh no, it's jammed in there now. There we go. I got you, you little bugger. Okay. Put paint over top. Alright! Devastator now has some paint on him. Let's do a second layer on the weapons. There we go. It's wild how bad the coverage is on this stuff, but like you hit it with that second layer and it really starts to come together. Never thought I'd be printing a 1/100 scale of garbage bags. Ooh, yes. Actually, that is a very useful file. If you care to share over on the Countrified Minis Discord. And as a reminder to any of y'all finding the stream via the algorithm, if you're not already a member of the Countrified Minis Discord, check out the link in the description down below or look back through the live chat logs. Nightbot spams it every now and then. It's a fantastic place where we hang out after the streams. We do a little voice chat. We share progress pictures and art and video game exploits, anything you can imagine. It's a great place. We'd love to see what you're working on. Come on through. No restrictions on who can join. And our rules are very simple. Okay, I think we can move on to the blue lad and put a little silver on him. But before I get there, let's do another coat of silver on Starscream's gun here. Real quick. Very quick like. Again, try not to clot up the detail, but enough to... This one needs some serious opacity because it's a major detail. I like this track. It's a good one. Who is this? Who this be? Full screen preview. Wave Saver, yeah, Humbot. Wave Saver, good. I'd say between Wave Saver and Lupus Nocti, that's like the feel of the channel. Not country music at all. Cubstar Knight saying very supportive community on Discord. Hell yeah, y'all are a treat to hang out with. It's been great, especially the post-stream unwinding sessions. It's been very nice. Very nice. See what folks are doing in a more live fashion. get one-on-one feedback and fun ideas flying back and forth. It is spectacular. Soundwave G1. All right, let's take a peek at this lad. And this is the picture I've been using. I'm wondering what's going to be the best way to do the cassette tape, like front cassette holder, whatever it's called. I think I could just kind of do this color, do like a glassy look and try to get this brown feel to it. I'm also seeing it has this, I feel like this yellow border is really distinct, and we should probably try to replicate that on the model here. In the meantime, let's do the silvers. Let's put on the silvers. Also, not trying to dox you there, brother, but just know that if you're shooting messages onto the Discord while I'm on stream, there is a non-zero chance that your message will appear on the phone screen while it's on the camera. Just want to throw that out there. So be aware. Also, thank you for the shares over on the place. I will check them out right after the stream. Let's get this lad on the handle. Try to get a little silver on him. I'm trying to not handle the model because until the speed paints get a little bit, well, I guess just varnish. Until they get varnished, they tend to rub off if you're handling them too much on the corners. I can see why Army Painter went and made a 2.0 line. No worries, you said send over the file, so I was. LMAO. Okay, yeah. I saw briefly that's what it was about, but I just, tried to get it off the screen as quickly as possible. On the back here. They almost look like jump jet ports, but that can't be right. Let's just do this little detail in silver. And then this thing in silver. The coverage very nice right there. It's wild. Certain colors, this stuff covers very well over. Looks like blue is a good color for its coverage. Alright, this is going to be one of those moments where you need to be careful about clotting these holes. So we'll use a thinner coat, and then I'm going to come in with my, what is this, a 3.0 round. And I'm going to, that's not small enough, we'll use the 20.0. And we're going to just poke into these holes. And eat the paint. Delicious. Delicious paint. Delicious. It actually tastes horrible. It tastes really bad. Alright, so weapons are silvered. Let's do like these grip handles in silver. Right there. Okay. Soundwave doesn't have too many spots that are just really itching for the silver. Just the weapon ports. Let's do this thing in silver. Whatever it is. I think it's more weapon ports, perhaps. Let's actually do this whole weapon right here in silver. I have decided. It's fine though that Soundwave doesn't have a whole bunch of extraneous details to add, because he's going to get the little lad on his shoulder. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Alright, what do we have next? I think those got silvered out. They sure did. we can do, who's next? The purple on Starscream's face. Or paint those white circles with a red part to make it look like a tape is in, then paint the window glare on top. White circles? There's no white circles. You mean like do some illusory painting like the cassette winders are in there? Soundwave's a really cool design. Yeah, it's a Thunderbolt, so it's actually a pretty good mech too. What's the Thunderbolt has large laser, 3 medium lasers, 2 machine guns, and an LRM-15? If I remember correctly. Alright, let's get this lad with a purple face. And it's kind of a dark purple face, so we're going to use the... not that color. We're going to use our Hive Dweller purple. One of them does. One of them does. Is it the stock Thunderbolt? Damn, it's gonna bother me now. All right, ADD powers activate. Thunderbolt, Sarna. All right, standard equipment, and I think from the look of it, it is a standard one. Okay, yeah. This is the standard Thunderbolt. He's got a large laser on the right arm. He's got an LRM-15 on the right shoulder. He's also got an SRM-2 on the right torso. Left torso has 3 medium lasers, and then left arm has 2 machine guns. This is a really cool mech. Really, really cool classic mech. And I'm glad they put the Thunderbolt in the my brain no work good. They put it in the a game of Armored Combat box. Okay. All right, Iron Elemental. Something has just hit me, and I'm gonna do this for you, but I'm gonna have to repaint it because of what it's gonna do. All right, so let's put like a metallic background if we're gonna glaze over like the brown color, right? So if we're doing this whole thing, and then the artwork is like a silver interior with like a brown type glass, like an amber color glass almost. All right, let's let that dry for just a second. Actually, okay, we'll let that dry while we're putting the face on this. I'm gonna get to my point here. Real quick, real soon. Let's get the purple face on our lad. There are about 20 or so variants listed on Sarna as well. Yeah, there's a ton of variants for the Thunderbolt, but it matches the classic armament weapons. The tip-off was the little 2-barrel thing here on the right torso. It's set up just like the Game of Armored Combat stock variant. Okay, we got our purple face on Starscream. All right. Okay, so white cassette winders, you say? We'll do our white cassette winders. With a blend of medium sea gray and then some white scar. Okay. But about to establish why this is a bad idea. Okay. So we got our lad. He's got like a Transformer robot in disguise symbol. And then we're going to do cassette winders, right? 2 cassette winders. 2 round cassette winders. Right here and there. Yeah? 2 cassette winders underneath the glass. And then we'll take our white and we'll start wet blending it to get a little depth. Yeah. Do this. Build them up. Some cassette winders, right? Two circular cassette winders on the chest of the model. You know what I mean? gonna look great underneath there. We're gonna have 2 round designs on the chest of the model. 2 circular implements. You know, they're for winding the cassette. We'll put some highlight on them. A little bit more on the top, I think, so the light's hitting them nicely. Yep. And then, you know, if I recall correctly, cassette winders, they have like a little indentation in the middle, like a real small bit. So let's put a little more contrast around them with this dark gray, kind of inform that they are indeed three-dimensional objects with a little bit of shading. Maybe towards the bottom down here. Not too much. I need a different brush. That's a good brush. There's a good one. Nope, that's a bad one. My brushes are starting to wear out some. Yeah, we'll do just a little bit of dark at the bottom. And we don't want it too thick, so there's a nice clear line. And yeah, so if I recall correctly, last time I looked in a cassette player, the winders are like, they're round, but they're kind of triangular, and they have a little dip right in the center. A little inset right in the middle. Right? These brushes are just done for. Trying to do my work with them, and they're in a sorry state. We're going for round. Let's grab a little more white. Try to work it towards the top so we get a little highlight on the tippy tips. And then they have like a little inset right in the middle. I can't. Paint just don't want to come off the brush. There we go. It's too big though. It's way too big. Yeah, he got little round things on his chest, you know? Yeah, right? Round things on his chest. Makes sense to me. I mean, I'm probably going to paint over that because it looks like a pair of tits. Oh my god. Alright, let's do some opaque colors on our lad. This Mephiston red is just about done for. I think we need to reconstitute it some. And 6 little grippy pins to pick up on the spinning mechanism or a pencil. Yeah, exactly. You know it. You know exactly what I'm talking about. They're round objects right in the center of his chest, though. See the problem. Let's do 3 drops of water to reconstitute this. Let's put a shaker in it. For what it's worth, the art that I'm going off of for Soundwave does not have those little things in it, and I'm absolutely going to have to paint right back over them. But it was fun for the lulz. You know, mech tits. Right? Looks great. My stream just does not want to focus on it for some reason. Yeah. Mech balls on the chest. I mean, it does look pretty cool, actually. if you can just get a little suspension of disbelief and not think of them as tits, I think it does look pretty neat. I may put a little effort to make them look less, a little more triangular, less round. Should be fun. Pump that red out of the pot and use it as a crayon. Like this right here. This gunk, like at the tip. Let's see how thick it is. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, okay. Let's see here. See if we can't get a red crayon out of this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Do I have a piece of something to draw on? Yeah, here we go. Alright, let's see. I need to shape it though. I need to get it in a good shape. There we go. And then we do S-U-B S-C-R-I-B. Subscribe. Subscribe for more, y'all. Cover them partially with window glare and they'll look inside, I think. Yeah, actually, like, now that let me pick this up with knots of red fingers. Like, honestly, giving it a good look. If I remove the black dimple in the middle and just use them as the winders, I don't know what, like, come on, focus, brother. Focus, camera. Like, nothing's moving. Why you confused? I mean, I think they look fine. They look like tape winders. Like, it with the context, it just, you know, they also look like mech tits. Anyhow. They're the bits that hold the tapes in behind the glass. He's a cassette player in his alt. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's not at all an irreverent joke. Let's try and get this red kind of half-ass reconstituted. Thank you, Oni Lab. Thank you, Oni Lab. MX Mini. You know, I'm very tempted to customize OniLab, but I'm also kind of thinking that it may be better to just leave OniLab as it is, especially based on that fabulous little Country Fried Mercs freehand that you did, Jason. I think the one and only, the original OniLab, needs to look stock standard out of the package. White with a pink top and a black base. I'm thinking I really want to do a set of Country Fried Mercs, and I was thinking I'm going to do my Crusader here in that color scheme, and I may still, but I'm also thinking that my paint up for the Charger Derby should be in my colors personally. Sounds good to me. Yeah, it sounds reasonable, right? Like it. I was thinking of making it like a very unnatural pink, or very fleshy pink color, or maybe writing the OnlyFans thing on the front of it, but I think it may be better to keep it stock standard. All right, so cleaning these brushes in the solvent so much it's starting to deteriorate them. So let's do a little maintenance and get rid of this frayed. If I can get it to go, there we go. Okay. Still tastes like acetone. All right, what's next? What is next? We're gonna do some opaque work on this lad in red. Actually, before we do that, we need to do another layer of the silver right here. We got to do the whole, like, just glob it on there so we get good coverage. And then we're going to go back with our 20-0 again. And we're going to jam this down into the rocket ports. Try to make sure they don't get clotted up too bad. You know, I was watching Ninjon's latest video, and I couldn't help but overhear a little bit of Avalo and Lupus Nocti in his track. Background music. It looks decent. I don't want these ports to get too clotted up. Let's do our red now with this freshly cleaned 2 brush. I think it may be time to buy a Mephiston red. Let me see if I have some big pots of the Mephiston red air. Yeah, they still have some in there. Okay. I have more. Panicking for nothing. Let's get our 2 brush and check our sound wave reference. And the red is a little bit on the gun, a little bit on the wrists, a little bit on the gun, and then the eyes. See if we can't do all that right now with this brush. So we want a stripe on the arms. I think I can do that. Let's just pick a good spot to inform us. I think right here along this seam is a good spot for it. So we're going to do that. Just try to be real careful about our application. Just like when we were working on, what's his name? Jetfire. I'm going to use this seam in the arm, the change in geometry, to inform our stripe. And just write it right along that. Sorry that Soundwave does not want to focus. But hopefully y'all can half-ass see what's going on here. Just using the geometry to inform the placement here, and we're going to run it all the way up to the clamp. But not onto the clamp of the weapon. Because the weapon itself needs a red stripe as well, that we need to be a little different. And then we're going to expand it a little bit with our second coat here. Just keep it real tight along that as best we can. Doesn't need to be perfect. We'll clean it up with the edge work, and it'll get even more cleaned up with the sponge chipping. All right, there's one. This other one, we can do the same thing. We're going to use the geometry right here to inform our placement. Let me see. Can I zoom this in any further? What about the 65-degree angle? Maybe that'll do it and capture what we're going for. Yeah. Looks like it's doing a decent job focusing. We're going to use the geometry right here to inform it. Oh no, I hate geometry. I hated geometry because somehow I avoided geometry until senior year of high school, and I kind of had checked out by the time I got to senior year, and did really piss poor. I barely squeezed out a C back then, and because I did that, I needed geometry in my life. I needed remedial stuff, and I took a remedial geometry course at City College, and it was actually a really good time. I had a really good professor for it. So I have a hair. I have a little piece of fuzz or hair or something in the model, and it is driving me bonkers. So we're gonna try to get rid of it. Gonna have to repaint too. I'm gonna use a razor to remove it. And there it goes. It popped right out. Oh, it was under the primer. Happened while I was priming. All right, let's clean that up. I just want y'all to know, I just about stuck this in my mouth to lick it like a paintbrush. I have a problem and I need to work on that. Where is my jet exhaust? It's right here. Yeah. Put a little drop of that out. Let's clean up that spot that I just was working on. Right here. Zip. And we need to let that dry before we can continue with the red. So I think what we'll do is pivot to putting a stripe on the weapon. And you know, actually, it looks like his weapon is blue for the most part. So I think what we're going to do now is we're going to put a stripe on this silver, and then we need to go over the back end of this weapon and the clamp and paint those in the High Lord blue, or whatever it's called. Beef up our red stripe. There we go. Is this dry enough to work on? I think it is. I think it is. Let's continue with our red. I need a new fine brush. This one might do. Edge looks okay on that one. Failed geometry twice because I absolutely refused to do my homework. Yeah, that was me in high school. I hated it. I just hated it. But then my math professor, which I didn't need, I only needed one math course for the general education. I ended up taking 3 semesters of various math with her. It was kind of awesome. She explained things like we were stupid without being condescending about it. I don't know how to describe that best, but it was a very effective way of picking it up. And basically our class was, we were just copying notes the whole time. You go to class, you write down notes the entire time. That was it. And by the end of the semester, you had basically transferred the contents of that course to your own notebook and picked it up via kinesthetic learning. It was super effective. This was before COVID, when you could just cheat on every test too. And I aced it. It was incredible. Really good experience. I ended up, the teacher also had a service dog that came to class with her. A red husky named Ruby, and as a thank you to that professor, I did a tattoo portrait of her dog on a plank of silicone. It was really awesome, really good time. My first few semesters at City College of San Francisco had me really, really pumped. School was fun. Now school kind of blows. Geometry's language of squares. Yes, I'm a square, so I speak in geometry as well. Iron Elemental says, licking that knife reminds me of some dumb guy I once had to deal with. Probably better for voice chat. Too much typing. Yeah. That's understandable. Okay, so again, we're going to use geometry here to inform our decision on the placement of this stripe. There's like a seam where the bevel changes on the front of the rocket launcher. So I think what we're going to do is try to just trace that edge with our red. So we keep that same feel as before, where there's blue to the front and there's blue up to the edge of the launcher and blue behind it. Okay. Captain Ladd here. Woo. That's a tough angle there. I'm trying to get it in frame for y'all too. Alright. That looks good. That looks good. Let's try to make these line up a little better. Looks good to me. That's a clear red line there. Alright, what's the next detail we could do on this feller? I'm thinking some yellow. Let's do phalanx yellow. Let's do some phalanx yellow. Yep, we'll do the phalanx yellow. I think our phalanx yellow is probably also in a bad state. Yeah, a little bit. Let's put a couple drops of water in it. Any stories involving sharp objects in mouth usually ends well. Alright, so I got one. I have a scar, a really gnarly scar on the roof of my mouth. Because when I was a kid, for some reason, I can't explain it, probably this oral fixation problem I have. But I was playing around with fishing lures. And I had a fishing hook and I was holding it in my mouth to do something with my hands. Like an idiot. And one of my siblings opened the door that I was standing behind and whacked that hook right into my mouth. Or well, it was already in my mouth because I'm an idiot. I was a stupid kid. And that fishing hook embedded itself deep in the roof of my mouth. And I have this memory of having to sit and hold still as my dad pulled it out of the roof of my mouth with a pair of pliers. I recall that moment being more concerned instead of admonishment for being stupid. I was still young though. Alright, Oni Lab's back, baby! We're gonna put the yellow and the pink, you know? Wait. What's wrong? What's wrong, Oni Lab? Oh, yes. Shake it. Shake it, Oni Lab. Shake it. Shake it, Oni Lab. Did I set that up? I didn't set up. I don't have Oni Lab on this computer yet. I thought I did. I thought I set it up. I could have swore I did. I got desk cam, face cam, stream cam. Winamp maybe? No. I have not set up the Oni Lab horny jail for this computer yet. Get this stuff reconstituted. Where are we sitting time-wise? An hour 46 minutes in. Will I get any edging done tonight? At this rate, no. let's grab our yellow. I probably could have put a little more water in that. It's okay, Oni Lab's on screen already. You're right, you're right. I need to set up, I really need to set up like a little Stream Deck type interface here. I liked the idea that was shared of a USB numpad with some macros on it. Be nice to be able to change scenes and pop that up. Was on screen. Yeah, it was. It was. Oni Lab will be back. Maybe. If you want more Oni Lab, make sure to subscribe for more. Subscribe. I just dropped my paintbrush. Yeah, just dropped my paintbrush. Okay. So, I think it's fairly important to get the detail of the yellow border for the cassette player on Mr. Sound Levels here. And unfortunately, there's not a clear distinction. Maybe there is, actually. There is. Okay, I'm wrong. So the artwork for this guy has this. Here, let me tilt that so y'all can see. So there's a distinction between this outer section and this inner section, and it was looking like this model was just the panel, but there's a very subtle line right here, a very soft bit of detail. So there is indeed a little thing to trace around, and we can get it more accurate. Damn it. I let that red cure on the tip of this. Time to clean. Once more. A little bit of the old acetone. Yeah. Anyhow, let me take this moment while I'm doing nothing. Thank y'all for showing up tonight once again. Always a blast seeing folks in chat, interacting with folks as I'm painting stuff and getting stuff done. Thank y'all for your patience at the beginning of this stream with the headache that was needing to restart the computer. I am definitely super appreciative that y'all would take the time to come here and hang out and check out the nonsense we got going on here at Country Fried Minis. I'm getting stuff done, I promise. I swear I'm doing stuff. Iron Elemental says, I think I'll be going. Eyelids are fighting me again. Good night, all. Sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit. Sausage, biscuit, wave. Good night. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, brother. I know it's absurdly late for you to come through and hang out. Okay, so, yeah, thanks for stopping through. We're going to take our phalanx yellow. We're just going to really carefully trace this very soft detail here. The line between the two pieces is so fine that I can't really, I don't think it's going to show up on stream camera at all. But we can take our 20-0 liner and line it very carefully. Very, very carefully. There we go. Alright. And of course this is a thin Citadel layer paint. We're going to take a couple layers to build up the opacity that we want. But because we're adding such small amounts, this first section that we already did is already dry enough to get another layer. I'm going to take and trace that perimeter. Try not to pass too far into the blue. Doesn't have to be perfect. Again, just a nice clean overlay. So we have the opacity that we're after. Not even going to worry about highlighting it. It's such a bright detail. Oop, fuck. Let's get a fresh brush to try to lift that boo-boo off. Right there. Okay, excellent. He's bigger on the inside. Yeah, there's a lot of space inside that nozzle. Oh, wait, what are you talking? Oh, I missed a message. Got that airbrush working well. I hadn't realized the nozzle was hollow. Had to reach in there and pop out some dried paint. Yeah. Let me get mine out. The absolute state I left it in. But yeah, this, if I could, yeah, oh, come right off. So, this thing, this isn't so consequential, though I do try to clean it out. I bet this is seasoned. Yeah, it's fully seasoned. Of course it is, because I intentionally didn't clean it. But it can get a little spillover off the tip here. But this thing right here, I usually will soak the cone in a little bit of acetone, and then use the needle to work it in and out and clean it. And if it's super problematic, I'll take one of these shot cups. I'll break down the machine and pull out as much as I can, and then just let this sit in there with enough acetone to submerge it. I believe there's a Teflon O-ring in here that can get damaged by the acetone, but honestly, I haven't had any problems with it in cleaning it with acetone. I know it's a quite gnarly chemical, but it works for me. My airbrush is still way cleaner than yours ever is. Yeah, this is for you. This is to trigger you. Check that out. The absolute state. So I sprayed out what was left, and then just put it away. You know, to continue the trope of I never clean my airbrush. I think it could be really funny to put out another short about how to clean your airbrush, and it's just me using the airbrush and then not cleaning it. And just put it away dirty. It'll be fine for the next one. Get wrecked, imaginary force, yeah. Oh man, airbrush nightmares, thanks. Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's see if I can't. So whenever I'm painting tight details like this, I'd have the model up like this. But that's really hard to capture on camera. Basically impossible to catch on camera. Although, it could be really cool to do like what about like Google Glass style POV mini painting? I kind of really want that now. I would love to have, if I could just mount a webcam until this horror show popped up. Yeah, going for real now. Bye. Yeah, take it easy, good sir. Thank you for stopping by, as always. What about it? What about like have like a wireless feed to like a GoPro right here as a third little camera on the screen there? You can see how messy my place is when I look around. The clutter, the Battletech. Alright. Just about got enough opacity on this that it'll read very clearly without needing a highlight. Run it along here, and then run it along Roger. Okay, now there's two other spots on the art that have yellow, and it's like these little venti thingamabobs. So I think the way we can replicate that is just to paint this panel right here in yellow. And now that I'm looking, there's a... I didn't have that on camera at all. We'll do these sections right here in yellow. I think that'll look good. But I'm also noting that I got another hair on the model. Fuck. Damn, dude, that's on there. That nice clean hair-shaped crack in the paint. I'm gonna have to patch that up. Who was getting blue? There was someone else who was supposed to get a little bit of blue. I can't remember. Can I remember? Anyhow, let's do this. Let's grab the thing. Let's grab the blue. Let's clean that spot I just messed all kinds of up. Oh, that's so very... I think I'm gonna have to concentrate some chipping there. I just got a whole bunch of yellow in that blue too. You gotta be kidding me. Nothing like screwing up on camera. See if I can't put a little more blue on there. There we go. Got a little bit here to correct while we're at it. I think that looks all right. Okay. We'll go back to putting yellow down. Or making sure to clean out this brush real good. Okay. Is there any other yellow we need to do? I think there is, right? The gladiator needs it. What's his name? Explosion. Typhlosion. Images. G1. Typhlosion G1. There we go. Is it really just the eye? That's the only detail that's yellow? I think it is the only detail that's yellow. Let's go back out to 90-degree field of view. 2 hours in. Fuck. Getting nothing done, y'all. Absolutely nothing. We do nothing here, and we like it. I think we're about to just black out that interior there fully. Yeah, let's do it. Because I need to put yellow in there, and it needs to be high contrast. Let's take a little bit of Black Legion. Just a little bit. Get a fresh paper towel. Yep, okay. Yeah, it is. I want the highest contrast I can achieve. And we're going to do that with... our... But this 3.0. Yeah. Pick this 3.0. A little bit of black. Contrast Black Legion. Just pack it in there. There we go. And we'll go back to working on Soundwave. Who we forgot the red in the eye. So we'll do the red in the eye. Red in the eye. Is it right across there? I meant to do that while I had the red out. Clean the edge. There we go. Try to clean our brush really good. Don't forget the red. You got it. Never mind. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So next up, I want to do some yellow to kind of evoke those the yellow vents, but the sculpt doesn't have vents on the front of the leg, so we're just going to do the knees in yellow. And I think that will go a long way in being evocative of the paint scheme. And done in a way that still makes sense on the mech itself. So just this whole panel right here, or these two panels. The assemblage, if you will. Alright, into the other one. And then hopefully by the time we put this on, that contrast paint will be dry enough to put some yellow on, but I don't think it will be. So we can pivot to another color in the meantime. And I think I have just the color. We're going to pivot to... where's it at? Let's do some pallid bone. Do some pallid bone. A little bit of pallid bone. And we're going to start to inform our like amber colored view screen here. I think this brush is too big. It'll be fine. Alright, take our pallid bone, put it right over top of all this. And we can layer on a few of these if we need to. I think we're going to need to. And not gonna lie, that looks pretty fucking awful. I think there's like a gray color that's gotten mixed in it is what's going on. So let's clean that off. The problem is my brushes are just filthy. Oh my god, what a disaster. What a disaster. What a disaster. Alright, goodbye mech tits. We're just gonna paint an opaque color there. We're just gonna paint an opaque color on that. All that metallic lifted off with the water there too. Shit, the mech tits are still there. That's frustrating. This is a really frustrating moment right there. That's a real frustrating moment there, y'all. Alright, let's see if this lad is dry enough. He is. Just a little bit of yellow on his face. He's right there. Just a pink. A little bit yellow. A little bit of phalanx yellow. Right there in the center. Looking good. Okay, what can we do now? What can we do now? What's another good color to work on while all that's drying? Let's take a peek at Starscream. Starscream G1. Pal, what does Starscream need to be Starscream at this point? I think we could put in the orange. The little orange detail would be fun. So let's get down a pot of brown gerine. Not that one, but this one. A little pot of brown gerine. Shocky and Soundwave looking good. Yeah, I think so too. They're starting to come along nicely. I'm not going to get to no edging tonight. I'm just going to have to make myself do it in the morning or something. Let's put a little bit of our Fire Dragon Brown right here in the center. I've just taken it straight out of the pot. And I'm reminded, as always, that this paint is a great color, but it has awful coverage. Just awful coverage. Boy, okay. Let's get a little bit here. A smaller, finer brush. See if we can't work some in there. Oh, the coverage is so bad. Like, does GW actually expect you to do 6 or 7 layers of this to make it work? Because that's what it takes. What about shifting back to Megatron? What do we need on this lad? He's got a yellow detail. He's got a yellow detail that we could do right there in that gap. I think we can get away with that. Let's do it. Doing great. Starscream gets no praise because he's a bitch. But Megatron, we're gonna get our asses kicked. I mean, he was right. He was right to be a little bitch. He knew. They should have just changed sides. Seen the writing on the wall. But Megatron was very sure of himself. It's funny though. I would argue that neither Starscream nor Megatron could function without each other at all. It is a clear example of codependency. Maybe in a different world, they would have settled down, a little homestead, and had some robo puppies. A true bromance for the ages. Alright, I'm going to do the whole trick of overpainting the eyes and then going back in with another color to clean them up. And make sure to, you know, get some red on the gray first. There we go. Does Starscream also have red eyes? If so, that one might be tough to paint on in a way that'll show up. He does indeed have red eyes. Alright. Let's see if we can't. I need a brush finer than a 20-0. If y'all can believe it. Okay. Put a little bit of red into those crevices here. Not spilling it too bad. Clean up the overspill. Alright. It's gonna need some serious cleanup. Let's do a little more purple on the neck because he looks a little weird with gray here. There we go. Okay. Starscream coming along. These guys are just about ready for edge work, I think. We can put some NULN oil on them. I think the next step, though, is to paint on... I want like a nice amber foundation color here. A nice dark one. How about some kind of brown? How about... we can work this with... I don't really know what color to use here. How about snake bite leather? That's what we'll do. GW expect 2 thin coats for perfect coverage, right? Right? Yeah, exactly. Scream is a monster in the new comic run, straight crushing humans like bugs and blowing up hospitals. Yeah, he probably got sick of being taught to like a bitch. I mean, look, can't be a bully, and Starscream is a shining example of that. Years of being bullied led to him being a monster. Let's take our lad here and not do that color that I just was gonna do, because it just hit me that he needs another coat of silver. Let's instead paint the silver there first. Do that first. Right now, while I'm thinking of that topic, I need to reapply silver here, because I still kind of want to do the rewinders and like amber glass. So let's just put another layer of silver. Let's just do it. I think our next step, though, is to start putting on the NULN oil wash. All right. Why? No Megatron to balance him out. Yeah, exactly. They keep each other in check. Well, Megatron doesn't listen to Starscream, though. So maybe that's not accurate. Okay. Alright, while I have silver, and I'm working silver, let's do some more coats on our laser ports. Make sure everybody's got good coverage. Yep, Megatron's getting another coat on the face. We're going to try to clean up before we overspill the eyes a bit. There we go, looking good. A little bit here, a little bit there. Good coverage there and there. Good coverage. Nope, this one needs some more. There we go. Let's hit all these things again. I find that this paint usually has not great coverage on little details. Cover those. That. Excellent. I'm gonna hit Starscream's weapon another time. Just give it a real quick wipe down. I can see that this paint is starting to cure up on the wet palette. This might be the last coat we get out of it. I don't know if that motor just come through, but someone on a moped just revved their engine like 60 times. Adorable, he thinks he's got a motorcycle. Megatron is effed up in the current run. Prime currently has his gun arm in place for zone due to multiple fights with Starscream and Soundwave. Yikes. Just pick up someone else's part and jam it on. There was a side-scrolling mech robot style game for the Genesis that you could do that. You could like pick up different arms and slap them on. Damn, I can't remember what it was called. It's gonna drive me nuts now. Alright, Starscream got some coating of silver. Let's see if Shockwave needs some more. He does. Put a little bit here. There. This one's got some rough layer lines right there. I'm worried that they're going to show up pretty strongly with the ink wash, but it should be alright. Gonna have to use a little suspension of disbelief. Alright. A little bit more coverage there, a little bit more coverage here. And here on the antenna. Alright. Oh, shit. He needs a full extra layer on the jump jets. So we're going to have to put out some fresh paint for that. Alright, so we're using our 4 brush for this because it's nice and big and holds a lot of paint. We're just going to do a very quick application to help try and fill in any gaps in our paint job, any spots of low opacity. Quick work of it. Who's this? This is Lucas Nocty, ain't it? Ain't it? Yeah, gaining season. Time to bulk up, y'all. Push this off of the Powerhouse 1984 album. Alright. Quick coverage on these pneumatic pistony things here. Hydraulic, whatever they are, same thing. Pneumatics, hydraulics, what's the difference? I know the difference. Cyborg Justice Dog, yes! Yes! Damn, I want to play that. That'd be a good one. Maybe that's a good stream one. What else can we do before we jump into Null Oil? No, I think it's time for NUL and in oil. And there's some right there. All right, let's get some NULN oil out on the palette. I need a new toothpick, maybe? Fun game. Yeah, it was a really fun game. And then there was the one for the SNES where you could jump in and out of your mech. It was like Steel Warriors or something like that. Oh my god. Alright, take our toothpick, put a little null oil out. I think we're gonna thin this just a bit with like 2 drops of water. Just a little bit. And we'll use the back of a paintbrush, stir this together. There we go. All right, let's start working in the gnome oil on... I forgot to do the blue. It just hit me. This is how my brain works, y'all. The ADD in action. I recall where the blue was going. We're going to put blue on the clamp. On the clamp that holds this gun. Holy moly. Just sidetrack for a second and paint that. Because, what's his face? Soundwave has a half blue gun. So we're gonna put blue on the clamp that holds the large laser, and then we're gonna paint the back end of it up to the red in blue as well. This only sidetracks us for a moment, but it is yet another sidetrack. Alright. Keep coming along though. I hope that these streams really show the tedium that can be involved with doing paint jobs that aren't just super simple. But I hope they also show that, like, this is really accessible, and if you just take a little time to do it, it is not difficult at all. All right, we got that cleaned up, so we'll pivot to a different model. Let's do Starscream's gun first, and we're just gonna fucking blast it with the gnome oil, or partially thin gnome oil. I always love the effect of this. Whenever I'm painting metallics, I either do like a black base coat with a dry brush metal over top, which looks really good, or I just paint it straight bright silver and then hit it with the Nuln Oil. And sometimes I'll even, like I did with Octavia, I'll do a blue wash over part of the model as well. There is metallic. There's metallic coming from somewhere. God damn it. I bet it's this gun is still not cured. Metallic paint somewhere. I'm gonna have to get the hair dryer back out for this project. Yeah, the silver is still not dry. Absolutely ridiculous. How? How is it still not dry? You gotta be fucking kidding me. I'm gonna have to repaint this entirely. Yeah, fun for all boys and girls. All right, so the silver is still not dry somehow. What color can I pivot to? Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Let's just get rid of this so I'm not tempted. Way she goes sometimes, yep. Hit it with the liquid skill. Nope, we ain't doing any kind of liquid skill because now I have to repaint. I have to repaint Starscream's gun and actually let the silver dry, because obviously it takes 20-30 minutes for a thin layer of silver paint to dry. Okay, let's just keep painting silver. Do a second layer on Thunderbolt here. Thunderwave. Pikachu used Thunderwave. It's super effective. What was Thunderwave? Thunderwave paralyzed the opponent. Or like had a percentile chance to paralyze them or something. Let's go back to our orange. Let's grab our little wedge brush. Let's grab a little dabby do of that, and then we'll put another layer of orange on Starscream. And two thick coats of this is still not 100% opacity. But I do note that the little bit I spilled out the side is 100% opacity. Easy. Alright. What can we do? What can we pivot to here? Let's do a little bit more yellow on Megatron. Megatron. A bit more yellow there. Don't these little lads have like some kind of extra colors they can use? I'm afraid to put any Nuln Oil on those colors. I'm just convinced they're gonna be that's not what silver was. Oh, shitty silver, folk art. If I'd used a quality paint, it would go. Is that one of the Final Fantasy games I never played? I'm not confused. I don't know what you're getting at. Also, how do you Mechanic Frog? I see you said know me, like one of the compelling guys. Yeah. Nuln Oil is liquid talent. So if y'all, I'm sure everyone in the chat here already knows about Megatron. And if you don't know about it, you should zip on over there and watch like a video or 12. Hardest working frog in BattleTech. What can we do here? What can we do here now? I think maybe we could start edging. We could start edging. I think that's a good path to go down. And we'll start with maybe a little bit of Calidor Sky. I seem to remember we went with like a blue, a lighter blue. This is turquoise. It's a little too bright, I think. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's too off. I think the color's too off for this. Let's see. It's too turquoise. I mean, it is called turquoise green. So I think the recourse here is going to be to make a blue color. We need to make our own blue. Love gnome oil. Yeah, NULN oil, according to the TTS lady. NULN oil. All right, let's pick that up. I'm gonna take a little bit of our Calidor Sky, which I need another pot of, and we're gonna get a nice dollop of it out. Ooh, check out that thick, crusty lumpiness. And we'll put this down right there. Upward. Okay. And then we want a little bit of white in it. So we're going to get our Liquitex white ink. We're going to put a drop right in it. Good chow. Just like that. We're going to get a drop of water on standby, and we're going to start mixing this stuff in. We're going to put 1 drop of water in it. And I think that ought to do us for a highlight color. And we'll actually start edging Soundwave a bit. Get him ready for a big finish. Actually, no, there won't be a big finish. Because unless I stream every day, which I'm not going to go back to doing, the remainder of the streams for this project are going to be the super heavy. Why is this turquoise poker? Yeah, exactly. Well, I actually have Daler Rowney turquoise, which could be a good blue highlight tone, but it's a little too turquoise. And then I have turquoise green, which is even more too turquoise. So indeed, why is this turquoise? All right, let's get a good brush for edging. Make sure to lick it a few times. We're going to take our 20-0 liner from Princeton. Let's get this lad on a handle. And start edge highlighting. I think this is the brush that's all frayed. Okay. Let me get my bearings. I'm going to hop up for just a second, put you all on the BRB screen long enough to refill my drink and hit the restroom, and I will be right back. My hands are wet. Okay, so has my audio just been like super low this whole time, or did it go down for some reason when I did that transition? Mic test. That's the mic test. Need to put this audio back on. Mic test. Mic test. Testing mic. Huh. That's weird. The levels are hitting differently. Once I got up and like transitioned to the scene and then came back. Something fucky going on with my OBS, y'all. Something fucky going on. Y'all are messing with me. Chat's messing with me. I blame chat. Chat's fault. Alright, let's hit an edge here and see how that looks. I think we got a good color here, and we're going to roll with it. Let's switch back to 65-degree field of view. Go back to paintstream, and then I'll go full screen projector. Are you going to focus? Are you even going to try to focus? It's trying. It's decent. You know what? Let's put the contrast towel down and see if that helps. Surely that'll do the magic. Let's see now. You gonna focus, lady? Yeah, looks decent. Looks alright. Okay. I don't know if I have enough contrast in this blue, but we'll see after we do a few lines. I don't think I'd have enough contrast in it. It needs a little more. It needs just a little bit more. I think my 3D print just finished, y'all. Been a bit low all night, thought was on purpose. Yeah, it was peaking really bad. Well, have I screwed it up now by pumping it up so much? I hope not. I don't know how to monitor it in my ear. Really struggling to get a good balance for the audio. Sometimes I'll go back and watch bits of the VOD to try and find shorts and whatnot and make sure things turned out all right and see if the focus was all right. And like my voice is just blowing out the speakers while the music is too low to hear. It's definitely tough to get it right. A little easier on Premiere, I think, than trying to do it in OBS. All right, let's see if we're gonna focus this time. We're gonna focus. Projector. The camera seems to focus a little better when it is in the 90-degree field of view instead of 65. But we're going to do that same thing we did on the Autobot. We're just going to take our edge highlight color and we're going to run it along all these little sharp edges. We're not going to try and kill ourselves with this process, just go around the model. Go around the model here and there. Get work done. Definitely should have dry brushed these models instead of doing individual edge highlighting. But this is where we are. This is where the decision has been made. Gonna make sure to paint outside the lines. You know, that's an important part of the process. Screwing up multiple times. Okay. So here and there. Sounds fine. I always forget I have you muted. I can't say nothing. I I had 9 stream muted while I was playing Apex earlier, and he was like asking me questions, and I was just like, "Oh, I got you muted, dog." I felt like a jackass, and you should too. No, you'll hear lip syncing. Yes. I should do that. I should just do that one stream. Just leave myself muted, and then like see chat say you're muted, and I'm like, well, it's all good. Hey, you know what's important is that you're here and watching the content and liking and subscribing. Hey, you know what? Let me point out something. Has Nightbot pushed the Discord at all tonight? Like, even once? I'm going back through the chat because I'm thinking about it. The hell okay. Nightbot came in with a few... What? One... Nightbot came in with one fact, and that's all she's done tonight. What's the benefits of dry brushing instead of edge highlighting? Time. This project has like, well, shit, how many streams are we in at this point? Like 5 streams? I'm already 15 hours in on these models. It's too long. Yeah. You know, it takes 20 minutes worth of edge highlighting to highlight all the same edges that 30 seconds of dry brushing would do. And it all happened because when I started to dry brush Optimus, the red wasn't taking. It just like, the Wild Rider red is such a shitty color for dry brushing, and typical Games Workshop, like really bad coverage. Yeah. Good. We killed Nightbot. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Like, it's... Maybe the chat rate is just too low to trigger her tonight. The timer triggers are based on a number of lines per... It's either lines per minute or lines per 5 minutes. I can't remember. Which is fine. It just... I notice a distinct lack of Nightbot. I think... It might be a little over-aggressive where it's at. We'll see. We'll check it on the next stream. Tomorrow night we're doing the super heavies, so come on through if you want to see some sponge work while we paint up some military style paint schemes in a quick and efficient fashion. We'll do one stream on painting the base coats for it, and then we'll do another stream of... We'll do one stream of painting the base layers of military style paint scheme, and then we'll have a stream where we do the freehand details, all about freehanding, and then the last stream I think I'm going to do on these lads is going to be the oil episode, and we'll just have the whole thing set up to do like a cooking show style. Let's... What? Nightbot? What? Nightbot says a bolt of lightning can reach 53,540 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 5 times hotter than the surface of the sun, which is 10,340 degrees Fahrenheit. There she is. What? Is Nightbot gaslighting me now? Is that what's going on here? Is she in on the joke too? Is there some kind of gaslight conspiracy happening here? Do one of y'all have control over Nightbot? Have I inadvertently showed my login credentials during a stream? Because I'm negligent? sus. It's sus, Nightbot, that you show up right as I start complaining. Nightbot isn't even watching, it's just trying to take over the conversation, shaking my head. Yeah, exactly. I'll make sure I'm not working during stream time from now on. Yeah, just quit your job and watch Country Fried Minis all day, every day. Fucking A. It's too good. Alright. So we've gone down the leg here on the side and the front. We got a nice little highlight color going on. Shit, I'm just gonna work around the back too. I hope that's half-ass in focus. I try to get it in focus, but we are finally doing a little edging, just a little bit of edging. This track makes me think of like Sonic the Hedgehog or something. Power walking. You ever seen folks do power walking? Nay, you didn't do that 2 streams ago. Should check chat more frequently. I get out of the loop. Then again, I'm like a goldfish, y'all. I'll say a thing, and then like it's out of the stream of consciousness, so it's like it's just gone. And then between the stream delay and then like when I actually look up at chat, upskirt camera's definitely not live streaming 24/7. Well, I don't have the short shorts on tonight, unfortunately. Then again, I guess people who are on the CFOF, the Country Fried OnlyFans would already know. Yeah, that Malcolm in the Middle episode where Dad becomes a pro power walker and has to expose that guy from levitating off the ground. Didn't They Might Be Giants do the intro to that? Was it They Might Be Giants or was it Presidents? I can't remember now. You're not the boss of me now. Alright, so just gonna gently go around and tickle the tips here. Make sure to keep it clean. Don't want to make a fluid mess all over the place. Make sure our paint's nice and liquidy. I'm making a decision to just paint the whole bottom here because we had a little hole in the color. Alright, just working around the edges, tracing the tips. Everywhere it's nice and sharp. We're going to run our brush across it. We're not worried about it being super clean. I mean, we're going to keep it clean, just not super clean. Just, you know, hit it and move on. And keep the brush moving with a light grazing touch. A gentle caress of those sharp edges, if you will. Just don't want to get too far and make a mess all over the place. The next layer we put on will be a little more concerned about choice application. More so on the tippy tips, on the tips of the tips, and the junctures where two what do they call it? Lines meet. They Might Be Giants. Yeah, okay. We know you aren't wearing shorts. I am wearing shorts. I'm not wearing the short shorts. I don't have a little hole you do. I'd argue it's a big hole. Nathan says, we have not been putting barium in all your drinks and showering you with radiation so we can see the mech balls regardless of clothing or temperature. Oh, yes. Just living in a constant, like, X-ray. Maybe that's why I smelled that Sasquatch funk stank earlier. The radiation got to a part of my brain that's associated with the olfactory bulb. Is olfactory a bulb? Is that what it's called? Olfactory bulb? I seem to remember that. Then again, I'm not very versed on anatomy. That's why mech balls get me so excited. I don't know if I have the dexterity to edge highlight something that small. No, it's great. It just, a little bit of brush control. One of the tips you can do is see if I can gently show this off here. So you can actually hit the edge of it with kind of the side of your brush rather than the tip. And that way when you trace across, as long as you're very gently touching it, it'll just hit the edge and you won't have to worry so much about brush control. Now, if the detail is not sharp enough to maneuver your brush in there, it's fine. Plus, if you spill over the detail some, you can always fix it later. You can either fix it right away with water and a clean brush, or you can go back later with your chipping, your sponge chipping, and kind of hide some of your crimes with it. Of course, I take a lot of it for granted with 20 years of 20 plus years at this point of painting, and I still kind of suck at it. But it's good enough. I can do some fun layering stuff, and they're decent looking. I'm definitely not painting competition quality. Not even with 20 years of practice. Just, edging them details. Edging them details. Nathan says he has a lot of experience edging tiny details. Ah, yes. Tiny. Not as tiny as you think. You should invest in lead, really. Yeah, they closed down the old factory. Yeah, okay. Nightbot coming through saying, come on over to Country Fried Discord, share your work. There's the Discord message. Yeah. There's the Discord message, indeed. Oh, I think y'all just hit a critical mass of messages. Nightbot won't post if she doesn't think people are in here. Magnesium helps if you got shaky hands. Bracing too. Yeah, I try to brace. I also... my solution for shaky hands is just to drink more coffee and lean really hard into the shakes. If I work really hard to increase the shaking, then eventually it comes full circle back around and I get control over it. Nightbot spamming the hell out of stuff now. I do commissioned painting. Check out the gigs on offer over at Fiverr. Fiverr.com/Thurston Studios. Link in the chat. You get a project like this one. You get a mech. You get a big mech done. Not to be confused with a hamburger. Yeah, check them out. I also do custom commissions. So if you have an idea for something, a project you'd like to get done, and a budget you want to work with, don't hesitate to send me a message through Fiverr. Never hurts to inquire. Also, the commissions, I'll definitely work on the commissions on stream so you can see it happening live, as well as provide an option in the order form to pay a little extra and ensure that your content gets turned into a video here on the channel. Of course, I reserve the right to turn anything into content. 2 hours 52 minutes? What? Oh my god, we've got nothing done today. Nothing done. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, all that good stuff. Nothing done. No, we're doing a little edging. What's this? 40 minutes of edging? That works lean into those shakes. Yeah, well, I discovered the whole lean into the shakes thing from playing Apex. Like, I get adrenaline shakes really bad. Like, really, really bad. And I've just discovered you drink more coffee. You just drink more. Just more caffeine shakes. The more shaky you get, eventually you get a stack overflow error, and you stop shaking. And you hit this, like, this zen-like state where the shakes are not bothering you. Because they're definitely still there. Just drink more caffeine about it. Always more, like 700 milligrams of caffeine about it. No, it's terrible advice, don't do that. Jason says got nothing done, has 3 bots near completion, nothing indeed. Yeah, nothing indeed. I think what's bugging me about this project is so if y'all recall, I did a 3-mech paint up on stream and had 3 mechs finished in what was it? It was like 5 hours. And this is like, we're like, what, 15 hours into this project? And we're still looking at probably at least another 9 hours on stream. And then I still don't think that's going to be enough to get it done. I really should have negotiated a higher price. But, you know, I've only got myself to blame. I wasn't going to edge highlight these. I wasn't going to do that. You know, you say nothing, but each thing you paint is one thing you're done with. There's less than what you started with. Yeah, but none of them are done yet. Not a one of them is done. Not even the Autobots. They still have so much work to do. Again, I blame that I decided to edge them. But it's fine, because they're going to look fabulous, and they're going to go in the portfolio. So if you go to, like, so long as my client approves, I guess I should say. So long as my client approves the inclusion in the portfolio page on Fiverr, this will be a nice set to show. Plus, knowing the experience of painting these, if I were to paint the set again, if someone were to order Autobots or Transformers and want them again, I'd know how to price it a little better, I think. Exactly, yeah. Shakes are easy, elbows and pinkies. To be fair, this is a custom job. Yeah. No, I'm spending much longer on layers than I should. But it's fine. It's for the art. It's for the art and it's for the content. I can't argue what I've got, like... Alright, so we've done 5 episodes of this at 3 hours each, and each one has gotten like 30 hours of watch time. So, like, I had damn near 400 watch hours of time off of this project. I can't complain. Where are we sitting at? 2 hours, 56 minutes. Can I finish edging this blue? I think so. I think we can do it. We're just about done anyways with this layer. Starting to work our way around this thing. This is that Summers song. It reminds me of Earthbound. Love it. Too good. Who is it? Low 5, yeah. Low 5, good stuff. Most all the tracks have been good, to be fair. The sign of a great artist is knowledge when to stop. Yeah, exactly. No, it's... I agree. That's why I keep, trying to hammer home that whole idea of good enough is good enough. I'm not saying cut corners and half-ass it. But I am saying, like, be kind to yourself. Once your project hits a point that looks great, or that looks good enough, I should say, when it looks done, it's done. And let it be done. And your friends will love it. After all, that's what we're doing all this for anyways. Right? Get your mechs painted, show up at the game store, slap them on the table, and everybody's like, oh, that's so cool. And they pick them up and look at them, and they're like, oh, look at what I did. And then they slap them down, and you're like, oh, that's so cool. And then you roll dice, and you have a good time. That's what it's all about. Mutual backpat. Mutual humble bragging. It's all about the humble brag. You know it is. I know I've mentioned a few times, I actually really hate the process. I'm not a fan of the process of painting. But the end result is so worth every moment you spend painting. So, just remember to stay happy while you're painting, and before you know it, you'll have some really fabulous results done. You should have been filming these. You had a whole other video you weren't editing. No, I thought about it. I was going to, but this one's just too much. I think it would take 2 or 3 hours to cover everything here. So instead, I'm going to film the super heavy and make some content out of that. But like I said, like there's what 15 hours worth of painting these guys, and then there's going to be 3 more hours on it. So there's definitely content out there. And I know people occasionally go back and watch the streams. I see the numbers slowly tick up. But we will do a video on the super heavy. It'll be a video on painting nose art or something. Not really sure when. Those of you who know, those of you who are regulars on the Discord and Hangout know the near schedule. The next thing's coming out. And of course, tomorrow we'll be painting a little more. We got the super heavy. We're going to knock it up in some... I need to go back over the client's request. I'm pretty sure it's a olive drab type scheme. Could be wrong. I'm pretty sure it's going to be painted up like olive drab. In the business I do, I always say that anyone can make a perfect product. It takes experience to know when it's good enough to not be a detriment to everything. Yeah, exactly. It's funny that you say that the painting process is a part you aren't excited about. That's how I feel about building. No, I hate it. It's hard on my back. It's hard on my eyes. It's hard on my wrists. It's a massive time sink. But damn, is it cool when you show up at game day and you slap them mechs down. Just nothing. I don't know. Nothing even really comes close. It's a very, very unique social experience. I think it kind of scratches an itch that you don't really scratch, that most folks haven't scratched since like childhood. Show and tell is amazing and great for your mental health. Remember, all the important lessons you learn in life, you learn in kindergarten. Really. Remember to retain that childlike wonder. Consider playing with toys every now and then. Have fun with it. Make sure to stop and sniff the farts, you know? Even if it smells like Sasquatch's dick. Oh my god. That smell did thankfully go away. Okay, we're just about there with this lead. Let's edge the face, and then we'll call the stream for the evening. I don't want to go over. I'm not trying to be in the habit of streaming for like 4 or 5 hours. I know I've done it in the past, but we're about building a regularity, a dependable show here on the Country Fried Paint Stream. I know I mentioned earlier, but again, think about streams going forward. Are these supports? I think these are supports on the back of this guy's head that I have left. New Jersey had 4 governors in the span of 8 days in early 2002. The shortest term of those was served by John Farmer Jr. for 90 minutes. O.D. Green is what you mentioned in the Discord. Who you calling a fart sniffer? Me. I called you a smart feller, not a fart smeller. I left supports on this fucking thing. Very, very obvious supports. Very obviously these are supports and not a part of the head. I'm just... God. This is why I don't call myself a smart feller, but instead a fart smeller, because I am not a smart feller. That's actually not true. I'm actually like a super smart feller. Like really, really, really smart, you know? Oh boy. Alright. It looks like those bits didn't leave too much damage on the paint job. A little bit right here. So we're going to clean up with the blue right there. There we go. Looks fine. We'll even feather the tip some. Feather the edge of that. Blend it right back in. Let's get these edge highlights on. Alright, and then we got these like fins on his head. Let's do those all just solid highlight tone. Same here for the top of the... Oh my god, I'm out of frame. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. It's that track that goes... Ba, 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 ba. Okay. Just about done. Approaching the end, approaching our limit. I think I'm already over 3 hours. That's okay, because we had trouble starting up today. Alright, I think he's looking pretty damn tasty. Let's see if I can't get it to... I don't know if y'all can tell a difference with the edge highlighting, but like it's immediately pushed the blue into a much brighter tone, a lot more contrast. We'll do another highlight layer on it. Probably do it tonight hanging out in the Discord or something. But for now, for right meow, I think that's all we're going to do tonight, because we have hit the 3-hour mark. We're making progress. We're getting them done. You're supposed to smell your own farts quality. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It takes time to smell the farts. Where are we at? We're at 3 hours, 6 minutes. I think it's a great time to call it. Thank y'all so much for stopping by and hanging out with me in another night of painting. Thank y'all for your patience with the startup of this here stream. I am once again so humbly thankful for all the generous donations from y'all to get the silly scam that is the text to speech to say silly things. It genuinely blows me away that y'all come in and want to hang out and check out what's going on. I hope you fellers and guys and gals out there are all painting some fun stuff, especially if you found this via the algorithm. Come on over to the Country Fried Minis Discord. I want to see them paint jobs. That's what I'm excited about. In any case, I've been Cameron on behalf of Country Fried Minis, presenting once more from the Bullshit Corner 2.0. This has been another installation of the paint stream. Count on these going forward every Wednesday night, 6 p.m. PST. We'll also be doing some on Mondays, but the Monday will switch back and forth between paint stream or workflow, depending on what's going on. Fridays will be the workflow streams, and we'll be bringing back the Tuesday night TTRPG sometime in the near future. Again, I know I already said it. Remember to be happy while you're painting, and also to remember that your participation here on Country Fried Minis, your likes, your subs, your comments, all that good stuff makes me happy while I'm painting. Anyhow, that's all I got for y'all. I'm going to hit up the store real quick and pick up some din-dins, and then I'm going to hop in the Discord if any of y'all want to hang out. Take it easy. Catch y'all sometime real soon. Bye-bye.